Now to President Trump. He's gearing up for his final day of diplomacy here in New York. North Korea is now responding to the president's combative United Nations speech where Trump threatened to destroy North Korea. Their foreign minister dismissed the president's speech as, quote, the sound of a dog barking. Iran's leader also slammed the president's speech, and Trump said he's now made a decision about whether to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal, but he will not say yet what it is. And in Washington, the Russia investigation is intensifying. Special Counsel Robert Mueller has asked the White House for documents about the firings of James Comey and Michael Flynn and the Oval Office meeting between the president and top Russian diplomats. Let's get more on that from our chief White House correspondent, John Karl. Mueller really tightening the noose, focusing directly on the White House.
Well, this is the clearest indication yet that his investigation is going inside the White House and looking at the actions of President Trump himself. You remember, the president has said over and over again, I am not under investigation. Now it sure looks like he is. The firing of Mueller, the firing of Comey, the firing of Flynn, also the blatantly false statement that Press Secretary Sean Spicer put out the day that Comey was fired, explaining why he was fired. All of that is what he is looking into.
So the president clearly under investigation right now. Meantime, we know that his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, has really been in the crosshairs of Robert Mueller. And now we also know that thousands potentially of emails have been turned over to Mueller.
Yeah, blockbuster story in the Washington Post on this that shows, among many other things, that Manafort was offering to set up a briefing on the campaign with one of Russia's richest oligarchs, somebody very close to Vladimir Putin. Interesting response coming from this to Bloomberg from Ty Cobb, the president's lawyer, saying it is truly shocking if Manafort was trying to profit on his ties to Trump and that he would never have tolerated it. There's no evidence the briefing actually happened.
No evidence that briefing actually happened. But with Manafort, you've seen efforts by the president distance himself from the former campaign chairman going back several months now. But they also appear to have been in contact later in the year and into the presidency.
Yes, and this is going to be the key thing. And the big question, George, is whether or not Mueller is essentially trying to flip Manafort, trying to get him to give evidence against the president.
We will see. John Karl, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.